Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be telling you about oh my god, what am I gonna title this? Oh yeah, almost getting fucking kidnapped by a crackhead while buying my first pipe. Started when I was in my, I want to say my freshman to junior year. Freshman is sophomore. I don't know how that goes. Fucking first year of getting into high school, going on the second. It was like the spring slash summertime. Graduation was just around the corner, and I needed a pipe. At this point, I had just gotten into smoking weed, and I fucking really enjoyed it. It's something that I've been doing every day, pretty much since the first day I tried it, which is not the best thing, I would definitely say space it out, but, I mean, fuck it, you do you, I do me. Anyway, so, I need to get this pipe. And back in the day, it was really hard to fucking find a decent pipe, right? Like, I'm under 18 at the time. They raised the smoking age to 21 now, but back in the day, it was 18. This happened when I was 15, so I wasn't gonna walk into some fucking head shop and get a pipe. Hell no. The smart thing would have been asking a friend to see if their dad who smoked could get me a pipe, but I didn't think that far through. I wanted something immediate. I had like 15 bucks in my pocket and I was willing to blow it. So, I get on the bus, and I always took the bus kind of late. There was like a 2:30 call for buses and then a 3:30 call. I don't know why I was late. I just would stay after and hang out with friends, I guess. And this was one of those times, although none of my friends, when we got to the bus, we pretty much would split up. They'd go on a different bus, I'd go on my own bus. And there was a bus friend, I guess you'd say. People that you sit next to on the bus, even though you don't really talk to them much in school, they're kind of like the bus buddy, you know what I mean? Someone you can chill with and they're not going to be completely creepy. So this was one of these bus friends. I would sit in the back of the bus. They would sit in the back of the bus with me. I'm going to give him the name Jerry. Jerry and I, we didn't know each other too well, but we knew each other enough to talk, you know what I mean? I've been talking to this kid for most of the year. I knew a couple things about him, but I've never really hung out with him, like, outside of school. And he's like, yo, like, I don't know how the conversation got brought up, but I was talking about not having a pipe, and he's like, hey, my grandmother or my mother, I don't know which one he said, I couldn't remember, she has a pipe if you need one. And I'm like, okay, like tell me more about this like pipe. He's like, oh, it's like a little metal one. It's nothing crazy, but for 15 bucks I'll smoke you out and I'll give you that pipe. And I'm like, bet. Back in the day, 15 bucks, although that was a lot of money for 15-year-old me to spend, for a pipe and a free smoke out, that's pretty decent. I mean, that was $15 well spent back in the day because I did not have a plug. So the bus ride continues. We keep chatting, and then it pretty much gets to stop. I don't know how this happened, but usually on buses, like, the bus driver has to, like, verify, like, hey, like, your mom called to say that you're good to go to this person's house at this time, blah, blah, blah. Somehow I finessed, and they didn't do that whole, like, check system, which is kind of fucked up. That's some quality assurance, like, bullshit right there. Like, that bus driver should have been talked to, but, I wasn't a snitch, so fuck it. He lets me off at the guy's stop, and this guy lives in a trailer park, which, fucking whatever, you do you, like, that's chill, like, nothing wrong with that. But there's an important thing to know about trailer parks, and that is that good people live there, and good drugs live there too, okay? And I'm not talking weed, alright? Not shit that I'm into. We're talking, like, your bottle shakers, if you will, your crackheads, your meth fiends, the heroin people don't really last that too long around here, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, God bless their soul, but they really don't last long around here. Mostly crackheads and meth heads are the ones that you're gonna see. Anyway, gonna stop with that. So I get to this guy's house, and I enter. It's a fucking crack den, bro. I'm gonna be real. This kid seems to get his shit, like, he's got his shit nice, he's not a fucking crackhead. Like, he actually takes care of himself, but the other two people, or who, I don't even know how many people lived in this fucking thing, but the other people did not give a fuck, okay? They were probably doing their own thing, getting high as fuck, trashing the place. They didn't give a shit. The place stunk, but I wasn't really judging because, my house has been pretty rough at sometimes too, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to pass judgment like that. Anyway, this should have been a red flag. I should not have bought this pipe off this guy because this shit was kind of sketchy, but fuck it. I handed him the 15 on the bus, so he's like, alright, bet, like, just, you can stand out in the living room real quick. I'm just gonna go and get the pipe real quick. So I stand out in the living room, and there's like two couches. It's really like worn couches. Like, these things are probably picked up like on the side of the road, or they had them forever, whatever. The place was really fucked, man. I'm gonna be honest. It was not in a good spot. However, I still sat down anyway, made myself comfy, just kind of got with the crew that was there, and the crew that was there was like this dude's grandma or his mother. I don't know. She looked aged as fuck. I think she was addicted to something. I feel bad for her. I think about her fucking honestly a lot more than I should. I hope that she's doing well. Yeah, just, it really wasn't a good situation, although this kid seemed to make the best of it, and I respect him to this day because of that. I didn't really talk to him too much after this, but anyway. So he's like, after a little while, I don't know where he was doing or what he was like grabbing, but he's like, hey, like, come over here real quick. I'm like, okay, bet. So I go over there, and I go into his room. His room looks pretty. It's not dirty. It's, you know, lived in. You know what I mean? He keeps it pretty nice for what it is. And I'm like, oh shit, like, you know, blah blah blah. Like, thanks for the pipe, because he shows me the pipe. It's this little metal thing. I'm gonna throw a picture of it on screen. I still have this fucking thing. I know exactly where it is in my room right now. This thing has gotten me through some tough spots. It has no carb. The thing would get hot as fuck if you hit it for more than like 5 seconds. It burnt my lips and my friend's lips a handful of times, more so. And it was just, you know, a really janky but functional piece, you know what I mean? I mean, it got me through some dark points, you know what I mean? It got me through some struggles, and I respect it to this day. Shit will never break. It's probably the one pipe I'm gonna have till the day I die. I don't see myself ever getting rid of it. I might bedazzle it, though. Shit's kind of, you know, that'd be kind of funny, but I don't know. I might just keep it OG. Anyway, he gives me the pipe, $15 out of my pocket. Bullshit, but back in the day, that was awesome. I said, awesome. And he's like, alright, you want to smoke some weed out of it? Sure. So he pulls out some fucking disgusting Reggie. We smoke up and have a good time. We chat for not too much longer because I had to go home because, you know, end of the day, my mom was going to wonder where I was. And I had quite a long walk ahead of me. So I have a long walk ahead of me, like, home. You know, I didn't, like, when I had the bus driver drop me off at this place, I knew it wasn't too far away from my house, but I didn't really expect the walking distance that came with it, right? I did not expect that, so I had to put on my hiking boots, bro, and I had to trudge it. And the worst part about this is that it's just one like road. It's a highway pretty much. I'm walking along the side of a highway. There's no cut spots. There's no, oh, I don't want to walk along this anymore, so I'll take like an alternate route through a back road. There are no back roads, bitch. It's the fucking highway. And I'm walking it. So I'm walking, and it's like 10 minutes, and nothing crazy happens. I'm still walking, and then I see out of my like peripheral, a red car kind of starts to slow down next to me. I'm like, oh fuck, what is this? And I look over my shoulder a little bit, and I look back because I didn't really want to look them in the eyes, just pretend like I knew what I was doing. And they kind of like, I don't remember if they honked. I don't know what they did to get my attention, but they got my attention somehow. It startled me a little bit, but not terribly. And it was like this couple. I remember it was this woman with brown hair. I really can't remember the facial features. This was a long time ago. All I remember, she was really nice. The dude was really well put together. And they're like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, do you need a ride somewhere? Like, why are you walking on the side of the road? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just walking home. It's not too much farther. And she's like, are you sure? Like, the next exit's a couple miles. Like, you know, if you want, we can give you a ride to the next exit. And at this point, I was sketched the fuck out because back in the day, weed was not legal. It was still a felony to get caught with a gram, bro. It was those days. This was before the decriminalization days in New York. This was some fuck shit. And I had paraphernalia, so that's 2 charges. However, I was a kid, so I wouldn't have gotten charged, but I wasn't thinking that straight, you know what I mean? I thought I was going to go to jail forever. I was like, oh, no, I'm okay, like, you know, I promise, like, it's right there, haha, like, just pretending like it's not as far as it is, and they're like, what the fuck? I could tell they thought I was cracked the fuck out at that point, but they just shrugged their shoulders, and they said, okay, like, please walk safe, like, people around here drive crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know, haha, and they pull off. And I continue walking. That shit startled the fuck out of me, but I didn't really think too much of it. I'm like, oh, you know, that's probably just nosy-ass fucking white people. They're not gonna fucking, no one else is gonna bother me. Wrong am I? I'm so fucking wrong about that, because literally, like, 5 minutes after, another car stops me. And this time, it's not as nice, right? Because it's this dude's grandmother, which, I mean, she seems like a nice lady, but she's fucking off one at this point, and she's driving, and she's like, she rolls down her window. Like, first she honks at me. This lady honks at me, and that's when I was like, kind of like, oh fuck, like, this is when I got really like not pissed. I got paranoid, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Got paranoid, and she's like, hey, like, do you need a ride? Like, blah blah blah. Basically, give me the same spiel the other people did. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't really need a ride. And she's like, you know, oh, like, I think you really need a ride. Blah blah blah. Like, I think like you live in blank. Or I said, yeah, but, like, it's right there, fucking, you know, it's all good. And she's like, you know, get in the car. She started, like, getting aggressive with it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not getting in your car. She's like, get in the fucking car. And then she, like, started laughing, like, haha, like, still joking. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going to keep going. She's like, are you sure? Like, basically just leading me on. Like, come on. Like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I'm good. And I just start walking, dude. I just start fucking walking. She does the whole, like, creep behind me a little bit with her car thing, and then eventually just jets off, and she's out of there, and I fucking breathe a sigh of relief. 150,000 pounds came off my chest, and my heart rate increased so goddamn much I thought I was going to pass out. I was so scared, dude. That lady scared the fuck out of me. I saw, while I was talking to her, 15 different scenarios of me getting fucking extorted for drug money, or, like, getting pimped out, or fucking being sold to some fucking people, or, like, I don't even know, dude. All I know is this bitch wanted to hit, and she would have done some shit. Okay, lovely lady, but addition's fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know if all that shit would happen, to be honest, but anyway, crazy story. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Thankfully I didn't get kidnapped by a crackhead, and I still have the pipe to this day. I don't head off anymore though, because it's kind of a piece of shit. And yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks, guys.